There are moments when everything feels real, until something happens that breaks your familiar picture. These stories are not fiction. Their authors still don't understand how they were possible. But after that, you can never be sure your reality is real. I always remembered playing football as a kid, not just kicking the ball around the yard. I played professionally. We had a team, real training sessions, and we went to competitions. I can still see the ball, our uniforms, and the scar on my knee from a bad fall. Recently, I brought it up with my parents, and they just said, "Now what football? You never played." That threw me off. I remember everything. The drills, the teammates, even the coach's name. So I decided to look for the guys I used to play with. Found a couple of names, searched them on Facebook, saw familiar faces. I recognized them. Wrote to one of them, "Hey, we used to play football together, remember?" The reply was strange. "Sorry, I think you've got the wrong person. I've never played football." The second guy just blocked me after my first message, and I was left alone. Alone with this memory. And the scar, which is now gone. When I pulled up my pant leg, the skin was clean, like the entire experience had just been deleted. When my son was 5, he came up to me one day and asked, "Mom, do you remember I used to have another mommy?" I smiled at first, thought he was playing. "What do you mean, another mommy?" And he answered very seriously. "She was beautiful, with black hair and green eyes. She always sang to me before bed. I have blonde hair and blue eyes." I felt strange. I sat down beside him, hugged him. "Maybe you saw that in a dream or a cartoon." He shook his head. "No, it was real. Then I woke up, and you were different." He said it so calmly, just sharing a fact. I didn't push the conversation. He never brought it up again. But sometimes he looks at me like he's searching for that woman in my eyes. And to this day, I don't know. Was it imagination? Or a piece of memory from another reality? It was an ordinary day. I was heading home and randomly ran into an old friend. We hadn't seen each other in over 2 years, but the conversation flowed easily, like no time had passed. We were standing outside a shop, talking. Suddenly, he mentioned an old game, said he used to play it every night. I'd never heard of it. We laughed like, how did I miss that one? Later at home, I tried to look it up, but forgot the name, so I called him. "Hey, remind me the name of that game you mentioned today?" Silence, then he said, "What game? What are you talking about?" "You know, the one you told me about when we met at the shop today." "Met? Today? With me?" "I didn't call you. I didn't see you today." "What do you mean? We were outside Spar, talked for 20 minutes. "Spar? Are you okay?" "I'm in Bremen, staying with my parents. Been here for 3 months." And something inside me twisted. I didn't know what to say. I knew I spoke to him. His voice, his laugh, how he pushed his hair back. He asked, "Are you okay? You're scaring me." But what could I say? Who was I talking to then? Or maybe the better question is, where was I? I was born with a small birthmark on my neck, near the collarbone. It was subtle, but noticeable. I didn't like it. Always hid it with my hair or a high collar. I remember my mom saying, "You were born with it, it's your mark." I got used to it. Until one day, I woke up, washed my face, looked in the mirror, and something felt off. I couldn't figure it out at first. Then it hit me. The birthmark was gone. I leaned closer, touched the skin. Smooth. No scar. No trace. Nothing. I thought maybe something had happened. Maybe it faded. Or fell off. Went to a dermatologist. He examined me and said, "There's never been anything there. No marks, no removals. The skin is perfectly clear." I left his office confused. Called my mom, hoping she'd tell me it's all in my head. But she was confused too. "Sweetheart, what are you talking about? You never had a birthmark on your neck. You've always had one on your thigh. That dark one. That's our family mark. But never on your neck." I froze. I searched through old photos. Nothing. Clean skin. But I remember. Its shape, its color. How it made wearing necklaces uncomfortable, I remember. Even if no one else does. Sometimes I get this overwhelming feeling that I'm not supposed to be here. I'm 27. Job, friends, normal life. But there's one thing. I remember dying. And I don't mean symbolically or in a dream. I remember standing at a crosswalk, looking left. A car hit me. I remember the screech of brakes, the blunt impact, the cold pavement, then darkness, and then I woke up, not in a hospital, but in my apartment. Everything seemed fine, but that was years ago, and ever since I sometimes freeze, stare at my reflection, and wonder, is this really me? Just recently I walked that same path again. Everything looked the same, and then I saw it, that car, same color, same scratches on the side. It was moving slowly. I stopped. The guy driving looked at me, our eyes met, and he looked scared. He swerved away suddenly, and I knew. He recognized me too, but I have no idea where I am now. In this reality, I'm alive. But maybe I came here. From another one. One where things ended differently. Maybe it's all just coincidence, fatigue, imagination, brain glitches. But what if it's the opposite? What if the strangest feelings are actually the truth we're trying to remember? And all these scars, birthmarks, memories, and glitches are traces of another world we once lived in. Somewhere you died. Somewhere you made a different choice. Somewhere you stayed. But if you're hearing this voice, you chose this reality, and maybe it's just beginning. Did you like this video? Support it with a like and subscribe to the channel. Here we collect the strangest and most real stories, stories that are hard not to believe.